Hello everyone, this is the Raptor coming back at you again, and today we are finally going into my ideas for the third gate at the Disneyland Resort. For this particular part, I want to go in a different direction given that it's mostly going to be concerning studios that Disney took over, so it's basically going to be more Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel, maybe Fox Studios. I don't know if I want to dedicate a whole land to that because that goes into a whole other can of worms that I don't really want to get into. So we're just going to focus for those top three. I know we had Bugs Life represented in Critterland over in Disney Realm, but this is more for all the other Pixar properties that don't quite fit into the other genres, like pretty much everything, like Incredibles, Monsters Inc., because those have a more modern feel to them. They don't really categorize themselves into any of the previous literature genres in Disneyland or the more film genres in Disney Realm. So this is going to take a different direction. I'm still going to use the whole hub and spoke wheel layout, but I'm not going to really have a central icon. Or actually, maybe that could work. This kind of goes into Universal territory, but I don't really know of any icon that really encompasses all of these properties because they're so very different. So my idea for the central icon would be Planet Earth. For this particular theme park, I'm also gonna just reveal the name right out. It's Planet Disney. Not really creative, but I feel like it's the closest thing that really encompasses Pixar, Star Wars, and Marvel. Because, I mean, I think you know what I'm getting at. So it's kind of like offshoot of Spaceship Earth from Walt Disney World, because Star Wars is all about saving the galaxy, and then Marvel is about saving Earth, and then Pixar is all the stories that take place on Earth. Yeah, I don't know if I want to keep going along with this, but given how much reach Disney has on a global scale, at this point Disney might as well take over the Earth. And then this first area, which is going to be like the central hub area, I guess we could do like a sort of skyline, because given that Disney Realm is going to be more like their nighttime spectacular would be like the waterworks, and then Disneyland already has the fireworks established over there. So I feel Planet or Disney Planet would be more appropriate to use Lightworks. I mean, it's gonna be a more, well, it's basically a laser light show, and I mean that I feel like that would complement Marvel, Star Wars, and Pixar pretty well, because like who doesn't like laser light shows? And you could do all sorts of projection mapping with Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars. And something like that. I'm not quite sure how to really unify all three of these franchises. And then the main area that you go into will be Uptown Disney. Yeah, I know it's not really all that great, but it does tie in better given that Downtown Disney is down that way, so this should be like the Uptown area. Because another name that I consider would be like the Big Apple, because apparently like a lot of superheroes are always trying to save New York. That seems to be a common theme. I feel Uptown makes it more generalized, so more of those IPs would fit in better. And I'm not really sure how I want to do the entrance. I mean, I guess it could be like a theme park continuation of Downtown Disney. I mean, I can't do a train station because I've already done that for Disney Realm. Disneyland already has its own Main Street tie-in. I don't know, I guess a subway station? With the turnstiles. I mean, I'm trying really hard not to reuse the Hollywood Studios entrance like they did with Disney California Adventure, because I feel like it's kind of a cop-out, but at this point I feel like that kind of best represents how the experience is going to be going into Planet Disney, or Disney Planet. Or did I call it Planet Disney? I have a general idea of what I want for this park, but I haven't really etched out a lot of the details. But I'm sure it'll come to me. Because Marvel and Star Wars has a lot they can expand on in a theme park setting, and they're gonna thrive a lot better in this park instead of being shoved into Disneyland or Disney Realm. There is another part of this hub area that I want to add, but that kind of ties into one of the 3 lands that I'm going to design, so I don't want to reveal that just yet. So I guess we could just flesh this out a bit more. I know I want to do like a Ratatouille cafe here, because this is by like a metropolis setting. I don't know, I guess do this like roundabout. And then there's city streets. It's like a pseudo Times Square kind of deal. You could put like a Big Hero 6 somewhere here. So Ratatouille, Big Hero 6, Wreck-It Ralph. Have a little arcade area. Although I could find a way to fit Wreck-It Ralph into Tomorrowland, given that I'm gonna do a whole lot of Tron stuff there, so Wreck-It Ralph fits into that side of the theming I have for Tomorrowland. So I guess no Wreck-It Ralph here. Just gonna be this big metropolis, whereas Downtown Disney is more kind of a suburbia layout. So this is going to lean more heavily into the city side of downtown, because it's Uptown. Pretty much the potential is there. I'm just trying to think of IPs that don't fit into Disneyland or Disney Realm, and they could go in here. The Disney Channel original stuff, like Phineas and Ferb, probably have some space there. You can try to etch out Ratatouille, at least. Cafe umbrellas, maybe. You can't draw cafe tables and chairs. I mean, it'd be a nice location to watch the laser light show at the end of the day. Oh, I definitely want the drones, because Universal utilizes drones in their Harry Potter castle light show, and those look pretty cool. So I'm sure they could figure out some way to incorporate drones into the laser light show here. See, I'm trying to remember what color the cafe was. I think it has some purple accents. I'm trying to remember. I think it was it like a donut shop that Hiro and Tadashi lived at with their aunt? It's like some sort of bookshop. It's like a corner bookshop, because it's supposed to be like a combination of San Francisco and Tokyo. So go ahead and color the globe. It's Planet Disney. or Disney Planet. See, I'm still trying to decide what the name should be, because Planet Disney rolls off the tongue better, but it kind of sounds too reminiscent of Planet Hollywood, so I'm trying to steer away from that, but it's kinda hard since Planet Disney rolls off the tongue just that well. And everyone wants to save Planet Disney, right? These could be like the pillars of justice, truth, honesty. That sounds so Marvel. This could be some sort of plaza or a city park. Have a more park-ish kind of look to it. Complete with squirrels. Everyone likes squirrels. I mean, I wouldn't want the pillars to be too tall, because then everyone's gonna hide under there during the summer. Technically, I could put Monsters, Inc. in this area, but I kind of want to save that for the actual Pixar area that I have in mind, because that's gonna be more like a hometown sort of feel, whereas this is gonna be all like the more city-oriented stuff. See, I guess we could put the Incredibles headquarters over here. No, it kind of looks like McDonald's or something. Let's see, what's another city-oriented property? No, I don't. I hear you. I don't want to hear Good Dinosaur, because even Pixar fans are trying to steer clear of that. Fun fact, I actually did consider putting a dinosaur attraction in Ancient World, but that kind of fell through in favor of Flight of the Gargoyles, because I wanted an opportunity to bring Countdown to Extinction to Disneyland, or Disney Realm, but yeah, I didn't really feel like it would fit in, because then that would be the only prehistoric property in Ancient World, and then everything else is like the ancient human civilization, and I just felt like it didn't really work out that way. I mean, yeah, technically the premise is kind of science-y, so it could be moved to Tomorrowland in some regard, given that we have Submarine Voyage 2.0 and Matterhorn, which deals more into exploration biology. But I really don't know. I mean, if we have to get rid of Autopia with Epcot, that would be a good place to put it. But I really don't want to. Also, Autopia is kind of intertwined with the Submarine Voyage, so if we get rid of Autopia, we get rid of Submarine Voyage as well, and I want to keep that around. I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, surely Disney can come up with just some generic city-oriented eateries and shops here, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem to just retheme a building to a Marvel or Pixar property. I mean, yeah, technically I'm putting a city inside of a city, since this is going to be located in Anaheim, but Anaheim is not really a skyscraper type of city like New York is, which is what I'm going for with this design. And these pillars would be perfect for Spider-Man swinging around on them. Hey, with the laser light show, like the Imagineers could come up with anything. Just integrate Marvel, Star Wars, and Pixar into it. It would look way more fantastic than, waterworks show or a fireworks show. Yeah, granted, the fireworks show at Disneyland have started integrating projections and stuff, but I feel focusing more on like a laser light show kind of projection for Planet Disney would be more appropriate given the IPs. Yep. That's pretty much all I have. I'm sure there'll be more ideas as I delve deeper into the park, like I did with the other lands in Disney Realm and Disneyland. So right now, I just can't. I'm just blanking out on what we could do with Uptown. This is not a bad starting point. It's pretty cool. You got skyscrapers, you got the city buildings. I mean, I would love to go to I think it's a donut shop for Big Hero 6's, yeah, I forgot her name. Hiro and Tadashi's adoptive aunt. And of course, everyone's gonna go nuts with Incredibles. And of course, I'm definitely would go to a Ratatouille cafe because I would love to just eat my heart out there. So anyways, that is it for Planet Disney and this first of many lands. Possibly 3, but, you know, given the expansive properties of Pixar, Star Wars, and Marvel, like, they're gonna need all the space they can get because there's just so much contained within them. So that'll be all for today. If you like what I've come up with so far and what other ideas I might have later on in this series, feel free to drop $1 at my Patreon, Ko-fi, or Subscribestar. I guess if you want, hit the subscribe button and subscribe instead of bookmarking my channel and checking in once in a while. As long as this whole quarantine situation is still ongoing, I'll still be updating this channel with daily uploads. But for the time being, I don't know. We'll see what happens. So until next time, this is Zero Raptor signing off. Laters.